Hey guys, welcome back to another update. Update 1 on Invest 99L, which could become Tropical Depression 18 and Tropical Storm Sarah in the next 24 to 48 hours. I think it might, in next update, I think probably might be a potential tropical cyclone. I don't think it has a low level center circulation at the moment, but um, it could become a significant storm as it heads towards Nicaragua and Honduras. When it gets in this general area, is some of the models want it to become a Cat 4, some of the models want it to become a Cat 5, some of the models want it to become a Cat 3. It's gonna possibly generally move in this general area. So Florida, you're not out the question. I would say watch for the system. I wouldn't say prepare for the system at the moment because we don't know if it's gonna go this way. We don't know if it's gonna go that way. We don't know if it's gonna move further towards the north and do this. It could do this and just ride towards the south. We don't know what it's gonna do yet. And plus, if it stays over water here and does make landfall, it will still be at strong strength, like Cat 2, Cat 3 strength as it enters the Gulf. Though, yeah, I know there's probably going to be like strong wind shear because there's a trough coming in, but also the trough will also push it towards the north. But a stronger system will probably want to move further north. But some of the models have been trending a lot more further south, bringing it towards the Florida Keys. Because some of the other 6Z model wanted it over here, the 0Z model wants it over here, now the 12Z model wants it further north. So I don't really know where Invest 99L is going to go at the moment, but we do have other areas of it. We do have other storms active at the moment. We've got Usagi, 132 miles an hour right now. Looking very good on satellite, actually. Very good. This has just exploded. Cat 4 right now. Blowing up some significant cloud tops right now. It's heading in this general direction. Honestly, if this keeps up, this could get to Cat 5 intensity. This could get to Super Typhoon strength. But they are anticipating. So basically, maximum sustained winds is 30 knots, gusts up to 60 knots, with a 64 knot wind and a 20 nautical northeastern quadrant. Basically, the they basically in the next 24 hours probably it could still be a Cat 3, but it is definitely 100% a Cat 4 now. They were expecting a Cat 2 later on today, but now it's a Cat 4, the second Cat 4 of the seas of the of November in the Westpac. Because don't forget, we had the other storm that made landfall here, Yixing, which is now dead. We have Taraji over here, and we have this storm over here, and now we have this storm, a storm over here near Guam, which could also do exactly the same as what this storm is doing as well. But yeah, this storm is going to get 130, 150. They are expecting a peak for. So if this storm moves a little bit further towards the east or west, it could make landfall in Santa Ana again. If this makes landfall in Santa Ana again, it will be the second Cat 4 or second super typhoon to make landfall in 1 week, which is crazy. And it's meant to be weakening to 150, meant to get from 150 to 127, and then 104 to 63 miles an hour, and then 52 miles an hour as it heads towards the Ogasawara Islands, like Yagoshi, Tagumi, Isnagi, Torami, and Miyakajima. When it gets near these islands, it is going to be a tropical storm, but you can still expect some rainfall on these islands. Not significant rainfall where you're going to get like 4 or 5 inches of rainfall. Probably like about an inch to about 3 inches of rainfall from the system on the islands. But in the Batanes Islands, for sure, you could still make landfall in the Batanes Islands as 150 miles an hour super typhoon. So if you live in the Batanes Islands, I would advise you to evacuate right now, because this is going to be a very powerful typhoon. And they weren't expecting it to get this strong, actually, the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. They actually expected it to become a Cat 2 when it was here. They expected it here to become a Cat 2, which, to be fair, I was expecting it as well. And it wasn't really intensifying that much, but it went from 86 miles an hour to 132 miles an hour. That's some explosive intensification. And plus, it's in very warm waters over here. about 27, 28 degrees Celsius. So it's still some good warm water, still some good ocean heat content. But when it does move up here, when it was Cat 3, past the Batanes Islands, that's when it really starts to weaken. Because of the stronger wind shear that's going to be up here, and also the cooler sea surface temperature is going to be up here, and the dry air that's going to be up here as well. So it's got like at least, I'll say, 24 to 48 hours to really get to Cat 5. If this wants to get to a Cat 5, it's going to have to do it tonight or tomorrow if it wants to become a Cat 5. But this is by the 13th. That's by the 14th. So it's got a whole day to become a Cat 5. That's Typhoon Usagi. Typhoon Manyin. Manyin is expected to become a Cat 4. Which is not out of the question. They are expecting it to become a Cat 4. At the moment, though, they are hinting of some strengthening. Probably some significant strengthening, actually. They're expected to go from 46 miles an hour to 52 miles an hour, and then 69 miles an hour, then 98 miles an hour. So it's going to go from 69 miles an hour. It's meant to go from 70 miles an hour to 98 miles an hour. And then when it goes from 98 miles an hour to 132 miles an hour, and then it weakens to 127 miles an hour, which is 125 miles an hour. So it could make landfall as a Cat 4 or Cat 3 on Luzon. Which, if that does happen, that will be 3 major typhoons in the space of 2 weeks that would have made landfall on Luzon. You had Yixing, which became 150 mile an hour super typhoon. You've got this other storm now, Usagi, and don't forget Taraji was supposed to become was expected to become a Cat 3 or Cat 4. So if Taraji was supposed to be a Cat 3 on landfall, what do you expect this system to be? Because long tracking major hurricanes like this, major typhoons like this in the Westpac, long tracking storms like this in the Westpac can really cause some significant damage. And some long tracking storms that have done this and I've done that. I've all became Cat 5s in November. Typhoon Rai, for example. Okay, Typhoon Rai was a lot further south, formed a lot further south. But don't forget, Rai became a Cat 5 and went like that. Don't forget. So it is possible that this storm could become a Cat 5. Because it's got all good conditions from where it is now until it gets near Luzon. Once it gets near Luzon, it's going to go over the mountainous terrain and just die off. Now I'm going to show you the satellite imagery of 99L, and I'm going to show you the satellite imagery of this storm. Usman and Manyi. I'm going to show you the model ones of 99L. It could become a Cat 4 or Cat 5 hurricane. Next couple of days. So yeah, pause it. Right, here's the satellite imagery of Typhoon Usagi or Usman. I think it's Typhoon Usman. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it is anyway. Just look at that eye. It's a pinhole eye. Very nice small eye. This storm has a smaller eye than Hurricane Milton. It's got some good outflow bands, got some good inflow bands. It's generally moving towards the west northwest. So about there. It's generally moving towards the west northwest about there. So but it is look like it is taking a kind of an easterly jog, which that is happening, if it is taking more of a jog because it was going north and then it's going like that, isn't it? So it looks like it's turning. Because if you look here, it looks like it's turning. Look, see, look, it follows it. Goes north and then follows it. So it looks like it's heading more towards Luzon. If that does happen, then this is going to be a catastrophic landfall on Luzon. But I don't think it is going to make landfall on Luzon, because if it is moving further west than anticipated, then that's not that good, because it's wasn't expected to do this. Usman was expected to become a Cat 3, but only up here. It was expected to become a Cat 3 up here, and it was still expected to become a Cat 2 over here, and do this. Make nowhere near landfall. Now is expected to make a landfall or graze the coast of Luzon, which is, it could still do that. It could still head towards the north, but from now it could go west. The more west it goes, I mean, just have to keep an eye on it. But the more west it goes, could be very dangerous for Luzon, indeed. You've got Invest 95S. I'll show you. I'll do another video on that separately. Remnants of Yixing, Typhoon Usagi, 99L. Right now, I do think the central circulation for 99L is south here. I think the central circulation is there for Usagi. There is probably a little bit of wind shear, which is making the system a little bit weaker than anticipated. If you have a look, I'll show you the wind shear map probably. But this is for Invest 99L. Deep player shear. So basically, yeah, there's in like 100 to 250 millibar heights. So it's not really a tropical storm yet. So that's like the deep player. That's at the upper levels. Deep player shear. It's got plenty of shear over it, like 10 to 15 knots, low wind shear. Pretty much it's got low wind shear until it gets up to here. So it's got all this to work with, all this below average shear. So this is why I am anticipating this to become a very powerful hurricane over here. Where I've circled it, basically you've got this storm which is here. Where I've put the arrow, that is where it could get very powerful over in this general direction. Now it's going to be moving towards the west and it could do that, or it could do this. You don't know, it could do anything. So basically, the IR imagery right now looks very good. The center looks to be there, so it probably is being sheared a little bit by this 20 knot wind shear that's up here. But as soon as that moves away, and once it gets over here, it should be a tropical depression or probably potential tropical cyclone later on today. But other than that, yeah, looks really good in satellite actually. Basically now, the IR basically is looking pretty good. I'll show you the deep layer wind shear for this system actually. Wind shear map though. But I will show you usagi first. They are expecting you. Yeah, yep. Cat 4. They did say it was a Cat 3 here. I don't think it was a Cat 3 here. I think it was a Cat 4. But they do expect it to be a Cat 4. But usagi is there. It's nowhere near the Philippines. And they are saying it's a Cat 3 right now, which I don't think it is a Cat 3. I think it's a Cat 4 100%. Because how can this? I literally looked 2 hours ago and this had no eye popping out and visible. And literally now it's got a pinhole eye popping out. But they are expecting it to generally weaken. But they do expect a Cat 1 here. So they do expect rapid weakening once it gets up here, which is to be expected. But the model runs, I will show you the model runs right now actually. But ocean heat content right now, we are in La Nina, which is probably why the Atlantic is very warm. Forecast models, North Atlantic, basically you got this system which is potentially expected to become a 936 millibar storm, which is potentially borderline Cat 4, which is potentially borderline Cat 5, or high-end Cat 4. And then obviously it's going to be making landfall, but it's actually moved a lot further south, probably as a Cat 1 or Cat 2. And you can see it's generally moved in this general direction. You can see that is some kind of a track you would see in September. Weakens, and then you have another storm that follows on behind that, but much weaker. Literally right after the system as well. 27th, 28th, 29th. So literally 3 weeks, 2 weeks down the line. So basically this is like in 10 days. So I wouldn't take it as a pinch of salt, but this could be the last storm. I said Raphael could be the last storm, but now they want Sarah to become the last storm. this could be the last storm. What else could be brewing? There could be another area of interest that tries to reform and become a powerful hurricane again in the Caribbean. The Caribbean's just been so active this year, and that's what I'm worried about. Somewhere it's making landfall in the Gulf, but yeah, they have this 115 knots, which is Cat 3 right now. Unofficially though, because the JTWC has this as um as a Cat 3. I don't have it as a Cat 4. I have it as a Cat 4 though. I 100% do have it as a Cat 4. I think it is a Cat 4 right now. They are expecting 130 knot peak, which is 150 miles an hour. So, and they are taking that same general track. They do have it making landfall though, which is different because they have it just off the coast, but it could also make landfall as well because they have it just off the coast. But also, a little shift could still have it moving like this and making landfall. Well, a lot further shift towards the west could actually have it like this, further towards the coast, and a lot more towards the west could have it moving directly over Taiwan. So if it moves a lot more further west, basically like this, I'll show you. If it moves a lot more further west, it could basically do that, which I doubt it. Which it could. The best worst case scenario if it makes landfall and does that. But the best case scenario if it stays off towards the open ocean. Okay, yes, it's going to be intensifying when it stays over the open ocean, but it's not really going to impact much land. It's only going to be impacting the Batanes Islands. Okay, that is land, but not significant population like it is in Luzon. So that's what they're saying. The National Hurricane Center. I'll show you what they're saying. No, for Invest 99L, they're going with 80% chance of formation. I thought it went 1990. Yeah, 1990. A central and western Caribbean Sea, Atlantic 99L, broad area of low pressure over the central Caribbean Sea continues to produce a large area of showers and thunderstorms. A tropical depression is likely to form in the next couple of days, while the system moves slowly westward into the western Caribbean Sea. Afterwards, further development is likely while the disturbance meanders over the western Caribbean Sea through the weekend. The system is expected to turn slowly northwestward by early next week. Interests across the western and northwestern Caribbean Sea should monitor the progress of the system. Regardless of development, heavy rains are expected over Jamaica during the next day or so. For more information on this system, include the gale force winds, high sea forecast issued by the National Weather Service. An Air Force hurricane aircraft is scheduled to investigate the system later today. So probably about the 1 a.m. advisory, probably about the 8 a.m. advisory or something. Well, this is probably already they've updated early. Probably about the 11 a.m. advisory or 1 p.m. advisory. There should be a tropical depression, but I highly doubt it. I would say probably potential tropical storm for sure. But anyway, guys, that's my video done. I'll have another video out more in depth on the steering patterns tomorrow. What the steering patterns are going to do, what the high pressure is going to do, if it's going to keep that trough, which should steer the system out towards that way. If it was high pressure here, it'd push the system towards the north, which is not going to, because with Raphael we had more of a high pressure over here, which did push it towards the north, like that basically, but it died. So yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys in the next update. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and I shall see you all in the next update. Peace and have a great day.